Good morning all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, March 11th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. And as you can see, two things happening here. One, we're trying to explode out of a 3-day balance to the upside on gaps, all three of us. And two, we talked about last night with our destinations and reference points, how far and wide apart these price vacuums and price voids, and as these short-term algos searched them out. So mechanical. I mean, look at the high in SPY right now. It's literally, the overnight high is 433.25. Right now, we have a daily high up above that at 433.37, and then that gap from March 4th that gets filled at 433.80. So amazing how they got up to that visual area and also right below the 20-day moving average. And now they've backed off over $3. But the gap is still large right now because you're going to use yesterday's high of 426.43 as the gap fill. So right now the gap is still about $3.5, $4. So kind of no man's land here for me because it's way too big a gap to want to take a long and still far enough away from the overnight high to want to take a short. Now, can you take it against the top of the 3-day balance? That's certainly something possible we can do, which is 429.51. So if it was to back off against that, but just remember below that the gap fill isn't for another $3. I don't know how much I'd lean on the top of that 3-day balance, but just things to keep in mind. Overnight low right now is 425. And that goes for the same for all of these. Again, can you take a long against the top of the 3-day balance and Russell if it backs off? You can. It depends on how much heat you want to take down to the gap fill. Triple Qs is different. They're still looking to gap higher, but look at this. Right now they can't even get above their 3-day balance. So on the flip side with triple Qs, you can take a short. Again, there's still 75 minutes to go, but you can take a short against the top of the 3-day balance. If that gets taken, then they would probably go for their overnight high. And a long if it backs off against the gap. Again, those are all early plays. In the room, I gave you the overnight high, the overnight low. Right now, 431.84 is SPY's weekly high, right? They had a bad tick up at 432.02, I believe. So just keep in mind, if we don't take out 431.84, that would be our weekly high. Again, I'll be recapping these indices, all three of them charts, tonight. And then speaking of the charts, just going to show you the daily here in the SPY. So here it is. It's a 3-day balance. We have to get above 429.51. Right now we're trading at 430. So they're attempting to come out of the 3-day balance to the upside. We're going to see. First of all, do we get it? Second of all, if we get it, do we get acceptance above it? Those are all very key things. If you get acceptance above it, we should go test 431.84. If we can't get acceptance above it, well, then you might end up right back in the 3-day balance, and really not much has been accomplished at that point because all it would be is a bigger balance. Pretty good volume already pre-market. We're at 1.4 million with 75 minutes to go. So again, range and volume should be in store for us traders. Good luck trading today. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Come check us out at CamelbackTrading.org, and we'll recap the day and the week at 4 p.m.